brush, and as we head into tomorrow, looks like we're looking at a dry forecast. So that's good news for you. Hopefully the grapevine will reopen, but it's still going to be very cold, especially through the grapevine by tomorrow night. And ice is still an issue even after the snow starts to dwindle down, which it already is right now. So we're going to get to radar in just a minute. We're taking you outside to Long Beach. A little bit of a breeze coming through. We're expecting temperatures to drop down to 40 degrees in Long Beach tonight. So very cold for the coast. We're below average. You're going to see right here at the broadcast center in Studio City, we're already in the 40s at 46. So as we get a look at the big picture on satellite radar, we're looking at snow to our north over Kern County. We're also looking at a little bit of a rain snow mix along the grapevine, but closer to the Kern County line right there. And that could continue to be the case, but things have already started to calm down. Take a look at Fraser Park. Still looking at snow there. We're last report, we're at about 4.5 inches, starting to maybe approach 6 inches potentially at this point. That was the guess then. So we're waiting for the official numbers to come in. So again, snow still a concern, sprinkles still a concern as you make your way down toward the Santa Clarita Valley. Sprinkles a concern, and snow is still possible through the overnight hours, but by tomorrow, as we mentioned, we're already expecting drier conditions. But we are expecting cooler conditions, especially as we head into tomorrow night. It's cold tonight. We've got frost advisories out there, but we already have a freeze watch in place for Friday night. Take a look right here. Lancaster's at 33 already. Wrightwood at 22, 41 in Pasadena, and 46 in downtown. We're going to take you through your watches, warnings, advisories, and of course, we'll have that extended, very cold forecast coming up. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Okay. Yeah, that would be scary.
A little scary.
We've been talking how cold it is. Anybody who went outside tonight
like
during
beyond
the dinner
cold.
break, it was freezing
It's
and windy.
It's very cold.
Yeah.
So here's the deal with the wind. The wind, we always say, oh, it's windy and cold. So the wind will make you feel colder, especially if temperatures are below 50 degrees in the
like
40s.
Wind chill factor.
Exactly.
45 now here.
So wind chill factor takes place in the 40s. There's never a wind chill factor technically in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s.
Right.
But technically, it's actually colder in wind protected areas. So the feel like temperature might feel colder, but when there's no wind, it's actually colder. Like actually colder. So right now in the wind protected areas, it's actually going to be a little colder. It might not feel that cold, but it will be tonight. So we're going to take you through all the forecast lows. We're still eyeing snow in the grapevine right now. Closer to Fraser Park, we were reporting 4.5 inches, and we're maybe looking at a little more than that at this point. So we're waiting to get the official numbers, maybe even getting close to half a foot of snow in Fraser Park just for today. So we're still dealing with a little bit of rain snow mix, and that could continue through the next few hours. Things should start to wind down though into the early morning hours, and temperatures winding down as well. We're at 29 in the Apple Valley, 22 in Wrightwood, 41 in Pasadena, 46 in downtown, and 43 in Van Nuys. Lancaster at 33. Also coming in Lancaster, windy conditions at 18 miles an hour. The Apple Valley at 18. So it's still breezy to windy, but remember, in the areas where we're not seeing that wind, especially in a lot of our valley locations, that's where temperatures are getting very cold tonight. And as a result, spots like the IE under a frost advisory, and also the interior portions of Ventura County under a frost advisory as well through 8 o'clock in the morning, technically kicking in at midnight. Then we've got a freeze watch. That's going to kick in tomorrow night and last through Saturday. And that's for the majority of the Southland, and temperatures are expected to get even colder by tomorrow night. As things start to clear out, things are actually going to be cooler into the overnight hours, and more cold air is going to filter in. We've got a winter storm warning for parts of the Grapevine and the mountains as well. San Bernardino County Mountains, Riverside County Mountains. That's through 10 o'clock tonight, and it's still windy. We do have a wind advisory along the coast right there, the Antelope Valley, through first thing tomorrow morning, and we do have a high wind warning lasting through the early morning hours as well. We're going to jump ahead to that 5-day forecast. So again, lots of warnings and advisories and watches out there, all concerning the wind, the cold, and the snow. By tomorrow, no snow. Wind is calming down, but it will be much cooler, below average through the weekend. By next week, we're expecting temperatures to warm up just a touch. Back to you.
That would be horrible.
That would not be any fun. It wouldn't be fun at all. It would be very cold. You wouldn't want to do that, trust me. Temperatures up there tonight, guys, in the teens. Really amazing. And even in the mountain locations, through the Grapevine, we're in the teens, but as we take it up to spots like Big Bear, for example, we're getting down to 8 degrees tonight. So we are in the single digits. It's very cold. You'll see right here at the broadcast center in Studio City, we're in the 40s currently, and it feels a little cooler than it is because there's still a little bit of wind out there. And you'll see right here a little bit of snow left over through the Grapevine. That could continue to be the case into the overnight hours, but things are starting to calm down compared to where they were a little earlier today. A closer look at the snow that we're dealing with over Fraser Park. At last check, it was 4.5 inches. We did speak to the National Weather Service. Looks like it could be approaching the 6-inch mark. We're waiting to get the official word, meaning we did see about half a foot of snow in Fraser Park just from today. Still looking at a few showers south of the snow as well. Temperatures, well, they're down south as well. Take a look, 22 in Wrightwood, 29 in Apple Valley, San Bernardino at 40, 43 in Van Nuys as we head over to the coastline right here. We're in the 40s, 49 in Santa Monica, 50 in Long Beach, expected to get down to 40 a little later tonight. Winds coming in Long Beach, 10 miles an hour. Apple Valley at 18. Lancaster also at 18 miles an hour. We've got several frost advisories in store for the interior portions of Ventura County. Also for spots in the IE. That's going to kick in at midnight, lasting through 8 a.m. We've got a freeze watch kicking in tomorrow night. We also have a winter storm warning through 10 o'clock through the Grapevine, also through the San Bernardino and Riverside County mountains. Wind advisories out there into the overnight hours. Still looking at windy conditions, and we do have a high wind warning in effect as well, at least through 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we'll have more on the advisories and warnings, and of course, we've got your extended forecast coming up. Back to you. It's pretty amazing how cold it really is and how cold it's really going to get into the overnight hours. We'll have all those numbers in just a minute. We're taking you to the Santa Monica Pier. We're expecting temperatures to get to the 40s at the coast. Pretty close right now. We're wavering in the 50s right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City, currently at 46. On top of that, we've got frost advisories kicking in at midnight, spots like the IE, the interior portions of Ventura County. We also have freeze watches kicking in tomorrow night, because it's going to get even colder as we head into tomorrow. Wind advisories and warnings still out there. We've got a high surf advisory. We also have a coastal flood advisory. In effect, we've got high surf still in the forecast through about Saturday at this point. And snow levels still down to 2,000 feet. And at this point, looking at snow through Fraser Park, the last report for Fraser Park, 5,000 feet. So through the Grapevine, we're dealing with some snow momentarily, but things are starting to dwindle down just a bit. As we get a look at your forecast lows, very impressive numbers. Downtown tonight getting down to 41, LAX 44, Oxnard 44, Anaheim 38, Newport 41 degrees, Burbank 38, Ojai 21, and Ontario 34. Big Bear, we're getting down to 8 degrees. Single-digit temperatures. So it looks a little funny, something we're not used to here in Southern California, but for the mountains, certainly happens once in a while. So there you go. 21 in Lancaster, 23 in the Apple Valley, Palm Springs, and a cool 38. And we're generally about 7 degrees below average for this time of year, even more so in some spots, just depending on where we are. That frost advisory is kicking in at midnight. It's lasting through 9 o'clock in the morning. Earlier today, we made it to 59 in downtown, so we were well below average and keeping things that way. And over the next 24 hours, 40s, and getting up to the 50s, so very much below average by the afternoon hours. Burbank 53, Ontario 51, Irvine 54, Lancaster 42, and Oxnard only getting up to about 55 by tomorrow. So as we look at Futurecast, you're going to see snow could still be a factor through the early morning hours in the northern portions of LA County, closer to Kern County there. As we continue on through the morning hours, by 5 a.m., maybe still looking at a few leftover flurries, but things are really starting to wind down as we head into the overnight morning hours. And by 10 o'clock, we should be dry, maybe a little bit of rain snow mix by the 11 o'clock hour and 12 o'clock, but certainly by a little later in the afternoon, things are really starting to wrap up for us in the way of snow. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, sunny and cool tomorrow, cool temperatures lasting through the weekend with a little bit of a warm up by the time we head into next week. Rick, Sharon, back to you.
All right, Evelyn, thank you. Go.
Oh, they're going to go very low, and we'll show exactly how low coming up in a minute. And it's not just tonight that we're expecting very cold temperatures. Tomorrow night could be even colder. So we'll show you how cold in a minute. You'll see on satellite radar right here. We're looking at a bit of rain through the Grapevine. We're also looking at a bit of snow. Spots like Fraser Park still getting hit, up to 5 inches now in Fraser Park from earlier today up until now. Santa Clarita getting hit as well, again, just with rain snow mix indicated by the pink on your screen. And we could continue to see a few snow flurries into the overnight and morning hours. Temperatures currently in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 40 in Pasadena, 21 Wrightwood, 27 in Apple Valley, and 38 in San Bernardino, 40 in Riverside. Lancaster, the wind coming in at 20 miles an hour, the Apple Valley at 23. And as we head over to downtown. 12-mile-an-hour winds in the basin, so still looking at windy conditions along the coast as well. 14 in Santa Monica, 15 in Long Beach. A frost advisory kicking in at midnight. That's going to be for the IE and for the interior portions of Ventura County. Freeze watch kicking in tomorrow night, lasting through your Saturday, so we won't be in the clear. We'll show you exactly how cold it's going to get. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Back to you.
All right.
And temperatures are continuing to drop tonight. We'll show you exactly how cold it's going to get and when we'll finally warm up.
This year's Oscar.
If it's not cold enough for you, yeah, exactly. We're taking temperatures down a few more degrees as we head into tomorrow. Let's talk about tonight. We'll get to tomorrow, the weekend, the extended forecast. That's all coming up. Taking a look outside right now. It's clear and it's cool. We're at 45 degrees. That's right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City. We're zooming in on satellite radar because there's still some snow close to the Grapevine, on the Grapevine. Fraser Park finally getting a little bit of a break, but we got about 5 inches of snow throughout the day. We're going to see the snow start to wind down into the overnight morning hours, but temperatures will start to wind down along with that as well. 21 right now in Wrightwood, 29 in Lancaster, already below freezing, 40 Van Nuys, and 43 in downtown. Wind-wise, we're still under wind advisories. We're also under some wind warnings. As a result, still windy, 22 miles an hour in Apple Valley, 16 in Lancaster, Burbank at 12, Santa Monica 14, and Long Beach at 13 miles an hour. So we've got frost advisories kicking in tonight for the IE, for the interior portions of Ventura County. We've got freeze watches in effect for tomorrow night, because we are planning on a colder night ahead. Wind advisories and warnings still in effect right now. A high surf advisory and a coastal flood advisory in effect through the weekend, through Saturday. Snow levels still very low at 2,000 feet. So temperatures are very cold as well. 41 in downtown tonight, 38 in Anaheim and Newport getting down to 41. Burbank 38, Ojai 21 for Ventura County. Big Bear, that is a single digit. That is not a mistake. 8 degrees in Big Bear tonight, 22 in Palmdale, 23 in the Apple Valley. So we're on average about 7 degrees below average for this time of year for the lows, possibly even lower in some spots. And remember that frost advisory kicks in at midnight and it lasts through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then the next set of advisories kicking in. At this point, just a freeze watch, but really looks like most of the Southland will be affected. For the basin in Orange County, we're in the 50s through your Monday, 30s and 40s overnight by Tuesday. That's when it starts to get a little warmer. For the coast, we're in the 50s, getting to the 60s by Tuesday, 40s and 30s for your overnight lows. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, 50s turning to 60s by next week, 30s and 20s over the next few nights. For the mountains, single-digit lows. Looks a little funny. We're not used to seeing this. Take a look. 8 degrees, 4 degrees, 9 degrees, 7 degrees. That's going to be the drill over the next few days overnight, with 20s in the forecast for your forecast highs. And for the deserts, we're in the 40s, finally getting back up to the 50s by your Tuesday. We're in the 20s tonight, in the teens, actually getting down to 12 degrees and 11 degrees over the weekend, up to 16 even then below freezing. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Well, you talked about the snow.